Alright folks, welcome to another modern stream. Today we're going to be playing a league with Karn AmuLIT, and then I'm going to be playing the prelim as well, with probably with the same list, if not something very similar. But this weekend is the showcase, so I did a video for Patreon yesterday talking about the current state of the format and the list that I will be playing, which looks, spoiler alert, looks exactly like this one, if not very similarly. Yeah, so the showcase is going to be taking place this weekend, and as always, I am now not qualified, so I'm going to be playing it over the weekend. Still unsure whether I'm going to stream it or not. I think I'm going to stream it. I guess I'll see how I feel about it, but honestly, playing in the actual showcase qualifier just by myself and not needing to be stressed about whether I'm getting ghosted or anything like that was a pretty nice fresh change of pace. So I'm honestly torn about it. Like it actually felt great to be able to take breaks whenever I wanted to and stuff like that. So I'm gonna see how I feel about it. I'm probably gonna end up streaming it anyway, just because. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel then. But yeah, this is the list. This is the list that I've been playing lately, and I've been just super happy with it. I haven't really made any changes. This is basically the same list that I played in the showcase in the mocks. The only change that I made is I added an Snare Bridge in place of the third explosives. The reason for this is mostly that Jose has been playing it, and I wanted to give it a try. The main deck that I want to be gearing towards is Blue-Red Prowess, so that's why I was even thinking about registering an Arasta over Baloth. Arasta is kind of meh, but maybe it's better than Baloth against Prowess specifically, I don't know. But yeah, this is the list that we're going to be playing today. If you're enjoying the content, of course, make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button, and you leave me a comment down below if you like what you're seeing, and I will see you there for round number 1. Alright folks, welcome to round number 1 of this league. This hand is a little bit too slow, probably not good enough to keep. This hand is better. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep this hand and I'm gonna ship the Karn, which I know is weird, but I think that because I have the 1-2 punch here, the upside of playing Karn is that maybe I get to get some value off it. The upside of playing Dredge into Titan is that I straight up win the game. So of course I'm also just gonna naturally draw another Karn, so there's that too. Anyway, almost every ticket card on this stream is made because Jose has been playing it. Yeah, lately Jose has been doing super well with AmuLIT, so I honestly see no reason for changing what he's been doing. Running into Remand / Mana Leak here, but I think that's fine. We'll see if my opponent's playing a Blood Moon deck or if they're playing. But I definitely did not want to play the Cavern on Dryad unless I find a bounce land, so I'm just gonna run the Dryad out again. And I think now I'm gonna say Cavern on Giant because I get to trigger Valakut. And then next turn we win. And again, it is I think it makes sense, like what I did. Like I obviously drew another Karn, which works out just fine. But the idea is that Prime Time plus Dryad wins the game versus Karn maybe wins the game, maybe doesn't do enough if we're playing against a Prowess deck or whatever. Anyway, what happened to Dom Sound on the most recent Titan talk? We don't know. He had a lot of pretty bad audio problems, and there was kind of nothing that we could do. So it kind of was what it was, unfortunately. But yeah, there was really nothing that we could have done, unfortunately. It was kind of... that was it. I'm honestly thinking about, like, my opponent's going to bounce the Dryad here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm just gonna get a Colony Garden and a Bounce Land, and I'm just gonna play around my opponent throwing an Embercool at my face. And then if they do that, we just win on the next turn. There's an argument for using a Bounce Land to bounce the Cavern and play it on Dryad. I think this is just fine. To pay the start of the challenge, which Karn AmuLIT felt pretty well positioned. Nice, Standalone. That's awesome. Congrats on that. Well, that's my opponent effectively conceding the game on the spot. Spiral of Canal Gamer alongside some cryptic commands. Huh, interesting. Playing against some form of... Playing against some form of... Blue Moon. I think that's what I want to do. Thornial with the 13th month subscription. They grow so fast. They do indeed, Thornial. They do indeed. Thank you for the 13-month subscription. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. I think I'm shipping this. Like, it's great, but like I'm missing just too many land drops there. And here, I think I'm shipping the T-West. The Fountain is important because it allows me to turn one AmuLIT, and hello there. Hello there. Just threw together the Titantron in paper. Can't wait to try it out. The good one with the mighty Grazer Beast. Oh yeah, good old Titantron. Love to see it. Here we are. We are turn to Karn gamers in this stream, you know. No force is good. Let's play around. Let's play around Lightning Bolt, shall we? It's fairly easy for us to do. Payoff's pretty high. Even if they Blood Moon me here, we still get to coding next turn. If they don't Blood Moon me here, we kind of just win. Okay. I think I do want to go for coding. And here we get to play around Remand fairly nicely. We don't get to play around Mana Leak, but that's probably fine. Defense grid. Hey baby Dino, how's it going? I miss Stacy. Yeah, Stacy's great. Just gonna upkeep, lock the temple. Deny my opponent some mana assist for the turn. Turn 2 Karn, too strong, I guess. GG's opponent. See you for the next round. Kind of like this hand. Okay, I'm in. I'm in. What kind of place testing is this when you don't even find the matchups? Yeah, I know. Feels bad, man. Feels Karn, man. Feels Karn, man. Alright, please be Dredge. Oh, it is Dredge. They moved to 5, so I guess I'm assuming that it's Dredge, but I don't really know that it's Dredge. It's pretty likely Dredge, though. I don't want to play the Garrison just yet, because I may get to, if we are indeed playing against Dredge, it may be that we are, then I would get a rebuy on the Bog on the following turn, so. How's the cat? He's fine. He's been like throwing up a bunch lately, which is why we brought him to the bet. But he's been throwing up a bunch for a really long time at this point, so he's just getting old, unfortunately. I have a cat, the lore deepens. Yeah. Oh. Oh, my opponent's not messing around. Narcomoeba? I am seriously considering just going for liquid metal coating, but like just Crypt is just way too good here, right? Gracer blocks Narcomoeba very nicely. Opponent just backs it in, and we get to uptick that Natty Bog counter. You love to see it. You love to see it. We like to see Radiant Fountain. Cut that one. And as far as sideboarding goes, I guess that's it. Force of Vigor and Rexage were definitely mainstays in the deck, in the sideboarded games against Dredge when they were playing Blood Moon. But right now we're looking at potentially one Leyline of Sanctity. Could be enough to warrant the Rexage, but it's definitely not enough to warrant the Force. So I think I'm gonna go with Sage. And I'm probably gonna cut the Cavern of Souls. There's an argument for cutting the Sun home. But on the draw, I feel like cutting the Cavern is just better. Will it actually change a lot since Strixhaven? I'm not even playing any Dredge cards, yeah. I mean, what's the point of playing Dredge cards when you can just play... I'm keeping this hand, by the way. What's the point of playing Dredge cards when you can just go ahead and you can play turn 3 hardcast Narcomoeba, right? You have 2 cats, yeah. It is... It just kind of sucks when they get old, basically. That's the problem. It's just old. So stuff that used to be fine before doesn't work so fine any longer. Dredge Thug, Dredge Loam, Dredge Imp. I mean, we kind of need a little bit of help here. Fortunately for us, opponent has not found a grudge. But if they do find a grudge, then we could be in trouble. Yeah, this is fine. They get 2 Meebas and 1 Amalgam. Dredge another Imp. I would expect they're gonna Loam, get about a couple of lands, and then I guess they could Ox. Huh. Yeah, I guess Oxing is pretty strong here. No, they're going for the grind. Okay. Thoughtseize. Wow. Lone Mesa Mountain. Thoughtseize. Yeah, I was gonna say they probably just have to take the Explorer here. If we find a bounce land, we just win, which is nice. Bounce land. It's not a bounce land. I think we chill here. Because the Gracer represents, like, we have double amulets, so the Gracer actually does represent a fair amount of mana. So I don't think I want to just slam it here. I'm technically not facing lethal. Hey, Dredge Loam. Should probably come Flag and Ox here. They just ship their entire hand. They're like, I don't want this. So here comes the Ox. If we find the bounce land, we still win here. But we probably have one turn to find the bounce land now. So things are starting to get a little bit awkward. Because my opponent's just gonna be setting up lethal here. All right. Time to rub the hands together. Time to rub the hands together. Get that nice little drum roll going. And take a peek. Bounce land. All right. I didn't see Leyline. Did not see Leyline. So maybe I want to do that. Yeah, it is what it is. Only I can get mana through that bad with a Throwland deck. It is kind of a skill at this point. It is almost a skill. I'm gonna keep this hand though. This hand shall be kept, chat. Oh, now they see the ley line. God damn it. We're probably still fine. Just don't Thoughtseize me on one, okay? Don't Thoughtseize me on one. I say don't Thoughtseize me. Okay, that guy's fine. That guy is okay. Amulet of Vigor. Play this card. I'm gonna explore first because it gives me more information. Like if I find a second amulet, we could potentially have a lethal line here. Not an amulet, but that's just fine. I'm gonna bounce here, play a Gracer. Play a Growth Chamber. Float some mana. Bounce this. Play my Yasusa. Say go. I guess there's an argument there for playing the Semi-Growth Chamber. And that is in case my opponent finds a grudge and they have a green source to grudge me. Triple Grip and Chill. You got it, opponent. You got it. We do have on board Asusa. So my opponent's probably gonna like Discovery or something here. They can flag a kill my Yasusa. Wow. Fortunately, can't play that guy. We can play this guy though. We can't bog my opponent because of the stupid ley line. Can still do some powerful stuff though. They have 0 cards in hand, so I'm not too afraid of what they could do. Because what they can do is just very, very limited. Well, they can't. They have 0 cards in hand, so they can't have Moon, right? Because they only have 2 lands. So even if they drew for turn instead of dredging, which they're not going to, but even if they did, then they just don't have 3 mana to play the Moon. So playing around the Moon doesn't make sense. Could have played around Damping Sphere, but don't think we should. I will block your Narcomoeba. Yeah. I will accept your concession. See you for the next round. Round number 3. I have a personal fight with a fly right now, so is this quick drummer reflex? Yeah. Do I have a reach? Wow. Wow. That's pretty solid. We'll see if my opponent wants to start the round here. They do. This hand seems fine. Hopefully we're playing against an aggressive Lurrus deck and not a discard spell Lurrus deck. Because Gracer is pretty good against the aggressive Lurrus decks. Yeah, Gracer would be able to catch a fly. Wish I had a Gracer here. 10 bits for me to trap the fly between 2 drumsticks. Dude, like, that's some Mr. Miyagi shit right there. Gracer couldn't kill it though. No, you could catch it, but it couldn't kill it. It could keep it at bay. Hex Drinker. Opponent out there drinking all that hex. Oh. Seems like a fine draw. Do I want to play second Gracer? I don't think I want to play second Gracer. Actually I do, never mind. And the reason for playing second Gracer here is that my opponent could Inquisition me. They can't Liliana me, obviously, because they have Lurrus, so... but because they can Inquisition me, that would slow me down for a turn to get my Titan. So... I'm not playing around Abrupt Decay. Maybe I should be. If I wanted to play Abrupt Decay, what I should have done is I should have played the Sanctuary or another, another land. That's not the castle. Don't Thoughtseize me. Inquisition. No, god damn it. Stop deck a new one. Yeah, it seems like a good plan. I'm not playing Vesuva, obviously, because this represents more mana in my hand because of the amulet, so... Just don't have a shadow. Like, give me one break at least, you know? Just don't have a shadow so I can kill you. God damn it. Imagine being Lilaxac like my opponent. Imagine being such a Luxac. 1 mana, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we get got by this curse spell of Abrupt Decay. If I draw Karn, that's 3 mana, 4, and I get 2 explosives and crack. So I guess that's a good argument for just passing. Vesuva Peatland doesn't do too much for me because I don't have Titan mana if I Vesuva Peatland. If I crack the Vesuva Peatland, I guess. Having drawn triple Sloth against the discard spell deck, obviously it's a great recipe for disaster. One is going for it. Alright, so Titan off the top wins, Karn off the top probably wins as well. Explore is a redraw. Karn? Fuck, man. All 4 of these dudes? You have to be kidding me, man. All 4 of the Gracers. God damn. Anyway, this is fine. Want that one, don't want that one. Jack really wanted to be sure you could handle that fly, yeah. Fly OP. It's an argument for bringing in Baloth on the draw. On the play, I'd rather have my... I don't want to, like, make my deck worse, but on the draw, there's definitely an argument for playing Baloth. I like this hand. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have the nuts in him again. The problem that Baloth has is that, like, it's not really... It just doesn't line up really well. Like, it just gets outsized by every single one of their threats. It's only good against Scourge. Fuck. They probably just have to take the amulet anyway. Dredge, we were dead, yeah, because my opponent had enough mana to make the Hex Drinker into a 6/6 pro everything. So, yeah, we were technically dead. We were technically, effectively, and actually dead. All of them. Baloth is just strictly worth Arasta. God damn it, Levi. Coming in hot with the hot takes. Coming in strong with the hot takes. That's their turn too? Okay, I think I like her spot right now. I think I like her spot now. Here we go. Their Keepy's turn 1, Thoughtseize turn 2, cycle Peatland? Like, what the hell is my opponent doing over there? What's their plan here? Like, are they gonna push my Azusa? Sounds good. You wanna push this one too? Oh, you can't? Oh, right, that's right, you can't. That is right, you can't push this one. Too bad. Feel in love with you with the Titantron list. Yeah, Cryofang. It's a pretty funny meme. Obviously, it's not great, but the meme value is just through the roof. Outstanding meme value, to be honest. Double lightning bolt. It's a hard way to do it. Oh. Close game. Close game. I don't recognize these lands. Am I a boomer? Yes, you are, Scott. Yes, you are. To be fair, so am I, so. But my opponent's all about that alternate art life, you know? They have the expeditions, and they have the alternate art blood crypts, and they have the other nonsense. Can't keep this one, unfortunately. Can't keep this one either. Deck's teasing me now. Deck is teasing me. Molding to 5 against the discard spell deck. Feels bad, man. Just not a bad keep though. Just not a bad keep. But I'm imagine my opponent's gonna go turn 1 Thoughtseize, take my amulet, and we're gonna be slowed down to a crawl. I think it's amazing. Probably gonna try my LCS when things open up. If I could change anything, what would I change? The Gracers were pretty bad, I think. So that's something that you could change if you wanted to. I guess we have Gracers in our deck, so it's kind of awkward to show them exactly our draw step, but still correct to do. But like I obviously don't think that the deck is good. I don't think that you can make it as good as a, you know, like either Tron or Amulet, right? It's obviously just a meme. But if you feel like memeing, it's honestly like it's a pretty good meme. I'm just gonna play T-West here. Place our own Damping Sphere, which is unlikely my opponent has, but maybe they do. And like even if I find a 3-drop, there's no way that I can sequence my land drops to play it on 3 anyways, so no real point in trying to do that. Now here we do, I'm just gonna do this, I think. And now what I can do is I can Vesuva their Overgrown Tomb, and then I can castle the following turn. They found the lands, are probably gonna get shadowed here. Opponent cannot play Scourges. And yet I 5-0'd your Gracer. That is true. What's your point? Probably still do this. If they have Thoughtseize, I'm probably screwed, but I feel like if they had Thoughtseize, they would have already used it. Dismember their own dude just to grow the shadow. Okay. They're just going for lethal here. I mean, if they have TBR, they do have lethal, which is pretty gross. I have not played Ancient Steering in a long time. Okay, so my opponent kept a heinous hand but was handsomely rewarded by being a luck sack. We're gonna go to the next round then. Alright, here we are for round number 4. Not about to ship this in, I'll tell you that much. I am not about to ship this one. So we can go... Oh, alright. We can go... Opponent with the strictly worse Amulet art. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. So what we can do here is we can go second Amulet, play Karn, then We can probably minus for what's his name, for coding, and then Silencious Sanctuary allows me to untap and allows me to cast a Titan on 3. Oh. How about I just kill my opponent instead? Seems better. Can I do everything here? Well, I guess I do need to play this out, so that's kind of awkward. But I guess it's fine. I guess I cannot kill my opponent. I can only 20 them. Since I can only 20 them... Huh. So since I can only 20 them because they use Sacred Foundry, I think it's better for me to Prime Time plus Karn coding, because if I do that, my opponent's just locked out of the game. They literally cannot win. Because they just play their bounce land, and I just tap it with coding in response, and then they can't do anything on main phase. And I have a Titan, and I just kill them next turn. Can I double Titan? Well, but I have a Garrison. They have Garrison in hand, which makes things awkward. Maybe there's a double Titan line here. Let me think for a second. So we have 5 mana plus 4. Yeah, I guess I can double Titan. Is that better? Probably. Vesuva, copy this. Yeah, I guess that's just better. Yeah, okay. We need to make sure we leave Boris Garrison in play. Opponent seems to be F6 out there. I guess our colors are good. Don't strike that one. Don't strike the other one. Bounce this thing. You're dead. Is there any reason for them to not have scooped already? I don't know. Guess they rather. They rather make me go through it. I don't know. Maybe they want to. They want to see how good I am at tapping and untapping. Tapping and untapping cards. No, my opponent told me that they watched the stream, so they probably know that I'm above average at tapping and untapping nonsense. We are on the draw. They don't scoop because they learn just like me watching. That's fair. That's fair. Learning is a fair reason. Yeah, for sure. I'm never going to be upset at an opponent for not scooping when I'm going off on turn 2. What I'm going to be upset at, though, is at not upping my turn 2 counter. Yes. Not upping my turn 2 counter would have been a disaster. But we got that fixed, fortunately. Are you doing, Lex, are you just doing a Harry MTG impression? Hello, everyone! 60 times his Titan o'clock, exactly. They're witnessing art. Well, this hand is not gonna win the mirror, I tell you that much. Three Friars, welcome back for the full year. 1 entire year, 12 months, supporting the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you so much for that, Three Friars. Welcome back. Yeah, ship this. This is better by a lot. Still not great, but definitely keepable. I'm gonna ship the Gracer. What matchups do I find the Chariot good for? Against the red decks. So, particularly stuff like Prowess, which doesn't care too much about your Worm Coil because they can just bounce it with a Vapor Snag and like that's just it. So, that's a heinous draw. But against decks like that, you can use a Chariot as a way to kind of bridge the gap towards Titan, which is exactly what you want to be doing. Okay, I mean, we have Titan mana. Now we just have only one missing piece. One last missing piece of the puzzle over here. Primeval Titan. Nah. Okay, so next turn we can Azusa plus Titan plus Haste plus Ghost Quarter and lock them out probably, but if they get onto the board with a Titan or a Dryad, that's gonna make matters a lot harder. Even a Rexage would be... I guess it's beatable. Like, it would be annoying, but Rexage is probably beatable. They need to follow it up with something else. They can't just, like, Rexage and... mid-range powers. Yeah, against, like, random stuff like Ponza, for example. It's just fine. Yeah, that doesn't do it. That does not do it. I'm not even gonna play this, I don't think. Pretty brutal, honestly, if you think about it. We didn't even find... Yeah, we couldn't even find stuff like a Karn, for example. We just need to find a threat. We just need to find a threat. But now if my opponent has a Titan, they can get ahead. Which is pretty rough for us. The first one to resolve a Titan in the mirror match obviously has a pretty strong leg up. Unless the other person has an AmuLIT. AmuLIT is sort of the mirror breaker. So many if we draw a Titan we wins being submitted right now. So much truth. So much truth. Maybe my opponent is trying to figure out whether they want to dismember this Azusa. They probably shouldn't. Like, I already have all the mana that I want. Beast within the AmuLIT. That I was not expecting. And that doesn't seem to be too great even. Well, that's bad news. That's bad news. Showstopper, thank you for the follow. It's gonna be great to sneak through a Titan versus Control, fetch 2 versus Rage, and make 16 power over the following turns. Oh, versus Saga, no versus Rage. Yeah, versus Saga is gonna be... I think it's gonna be pretty good for us. Opponent, unfortunately, not a connoisseur of Titan arts, as we can see here. Choosing to play the strictly inferior AmuLIT, the strictly inferior Titan frame. Quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Ursa Saga isn't legendary? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's just a Saga. Yeah, I'm gonna be starting off with just like 4 copies of Ursa Saga in my AmuLIT decks. Congrats on the win, Apriolo, by the way. For those of you folks that don't know, Apriolo won, qualified for the Pro Tour with Reclaimer AmuLIT yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, but continuing to kick some serious ass with Reclaimer AmuLIT. Why would they not haste? Oh, maybe they have Boros or they have the other thing in hand. I'm just gonna back it though. Let's just move on. This seems fine. Just gotta get better at drawing Primeval Titans or Karn the Great Creators. I think our hand was fine. Obviously it didn't work out, but... Also, I think one thing that I didn't talk about is I had a Crumbling Vestige and I had Bounce Land, and the reason why I didn't play neither of those is because with Azusa in play, that is the double blue mana that I need in case I top deck Tolaria West. So if I had played either the Bounce Land or the Crumbling Vestige, then I wouldn't have the double blue, so I wouldn't be able to transmute the Tolaria. Nope. Yuck. Ugh. I think I'm gonna ship this Summoner's Pact. I'm probably gonna need the Gracer, because if I don't find an AmuLIT, that's the only way that I can cast a Sage on turn 3. It's a big yikes, though. Gonna be shipping the Summoner's Pact. It's a big yikes of a hand. Certainly needs a little bit of help here. At least it's nice that we do have this member for a Dryad and we have Rex Sage for the AmuLIT. So the ways that my opponent has to keep up with us, we have both of them covered. So that's pretty sweet. The bad thing is that we're not going to get to cast Rex Sage until turn 3. So hoping that that doesn't slow us down too much. Our best top deck is AmuLIT on this turn and probably Bounce Land otherwise. Yup. ship it. Because if I find Asusa, I can Titan. Yo, Happy J, Jason. How's it going? Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back for the full year, as before. I really appreciate it, Jason. Thank you so much. Have I played against Strict Proctor, and what do you think about it? I have not played against it. It seems like the card is just not good enough. And a bit surprised you have this member in on the play. Usually you're only bringing on the draw. I mean, I could be playing Explore instead of this. Could be relevant. I don't know. It's very good. Okay. It's not that bad, actually. So I guess they're gonna go squatter my semi-growth, and at that point I need to find another bounce land. And if they have something like force, we just probably just scoop to that, but still been digging the green white thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute since I played that one. I think I'm gonna revisit it at some point. Honestly, I don't really have a good reason as to why I stopped playing it. I just got distracted with other stuff. But I think that deck's pretty cool. Certainly a lot of fun. Just doing this to force the Ghost Quarter from my opponent. There's no way that they don't play it. They don't crack it. Anyone else thinks that Rishadan Port will be in MH2? I doubt it, and I hope that it's not there. Port is it's a complicated card. It's a complicated card. I don't think it would be good for the format. Although I guess that, like, good for the format anymore now that counterspell is in the air and seems kind of nonsensical to talk about. Thank you, OC Posey Money. Appreciate it. Just hope Price of Progress is in MH2. I mean, I think the Price of Progress would kind of like break Modern in half, honestly. Imagine the Prowess decks having access to Price of Progress and like the freaking just like Burn. Burn would be so nuts with Price of Progress. Burn would be just so ridiculous with Price of Progress. Disagree with what you said about boarding Legacy on the podcast. I think it leads to some pretty interesting gameplay with trying to figure out what your opponent has and figuring out whether it's worth taking tempo off to possibly depend your opponent doing stuff. Levi, the problem is that the tools in Modern are a lot more limited than the tools in Legacy. And what Spider said, I think it's a very, very big deal, which is that it really incentivizes, like, if anybody ever misses a land drop, like, Port ensures that that's going to be game, that your opponent's not going to be able to come back. So the fact that it really messes players when it hurts the most to say it somehow. Like it's like if you're in the ground and like it just comes down and it just like smashes your, they just start hitting your your head while you're already like crying in the ground. It's just not great. Like it's just not a good time for the person. I think it's fine in Legacy for sure. Don't really want a card that makes Lavadar decks even better. Yeah, it's rough. Like Lavadar's deck are arguably the best in the format right now, and it just doesn't really add much, right? So if we find the bounce line, we still win here. Tolaria West would not do it, however. I think Stifle might get printed. I think Stifle is fine. Stifle is fine because there's no Wasteland. The problem of Stifle is that Stifle is only good whenever you're pairing up with Wasteland. If you're not pairing up with Wasteland, Stifle is just not that good of a card, really. They bounced the T-West, I think. I don't think Stifle is fine. It doesn't really stop that much stuff in Modern right now. And I'm gonna dismember this Primeval Titan. It's probably not gonna work out, but I don't really have better options anyway, so I think it leads to some miserable gameplay with fetches that shouldn't be modern. I mean, at that point, you can argue that you, on the contrary, are incentivizing people to play with not as greedy mana bases. Or like you're actually adding a cost for playing fetch lands in Modern, which right now there really isn't. Like the only cost is that you took a point of damage and maybe it kills, like maybe your prowess opponent just kills you one turn sooner or whatever. So that's the cost that you're playing right now, and it just adds a little bit more of a cost to playing fetch lands, which honestly I'm not that opposed to it. Like it just feels like it's just way too easy now with Triumphs even more. It's just way too easy to build a fetched mana base. So I think that Stifle would be fine. Honestly, I'm not sure it would see that much play. I don't think it would see that much play. I guess if that's a change you could want for the format, it could be fine. I just don't think it's that good. I just don't think it's that good because like it's probably just such a huge cost to have Stifle in the format. To have Stifle in your deck, sorry. So I don't know. Like, how do you build a Stifle deck, right? It's not a coincidence that Trickbind has been in the format for so long and it never did anything of relevance. Like, then we also had Stiflebird, and Stiflebird was also irrelevant. Like, it's just fine. I honestly don't think it does too much. What I don't think it's fine is how we have spent like 7 turns looking for stupid bounce land or like a T-West or something, and we just couldn't find it. I think Wasteland that you cannot, you in the first few turns could be fine. Well, I mean, there is a huge cost to holding Stifle mana though. Right? You can't just hold up Stifle mana forever. Playing Bounceland pre-combat. I'm not attacking. Wow. God damn it. So close, man. This is so close. We're one land away from casting Titan, one land away from triggering Valakut, one land away from so many things. God damn. I'll be asking you for the follow. Anyone can tell me what is the name of the score extension? It's just MTG bot. Yeah, Tangled Florahedron or the Mammoth would be sick right now. Oh, thank you, Alphax. Appreciate it. This is so rough. It's super brutal that we couldn't even attack. Couldn't even attack because we have to save the Dismember for the Dryad now. Like, the Dryad is actually a bigger deal than the Prime Time, which is hilarious. The Dryad is a bigger deal than the Primeval Titan. And also this Rex Sage is not looking very good. Rex Sage is fine in the early game, but its value just goes down significantly as you go later into the game. Nothing we can really do here. Like, honestly, I'm gonna try really hard, really hard to not even crack this Ghost Quarter. I think I'm taking 6. If my opponent has double Dryad, I guess I die. Or Dryad into... No, Dryad into Titan I can beat. I cannot beat double Dryad. Wait, can I? My opponent gets Valakut plus... They can transmute too. They transmute, they cast Dryad, they cast Dryad. So they can transmute for a second Dryad. So they play the first... Oh no, they should play 2 Dryads before doing anything. So I guess I am blocking with the Grazer. I think I'm blocking with the Grazer. And if my opponent doesn't transmute for... I guess they don't have double blue, so I guess they can't do that pre-comp before doing anything. I was gonna say that I could I could attack with Beast Token and deal 6 damage that way. So I guess that now we're just dead, probably. We just need to find the land for prime time. If we find the line from prime time, we're fine. If we don't find the line for prime time, then we're probably dead here. Yeah, opponent is really deep in the tank trying to think about their turn, which is fine. Like, that's what you should do when you're playing AmuLIT instead of just, you know, making plays at random. The deck really benefits from careful play. We can beat that because they already used their Ghost Quarter. So any land. Funny enough, probably my opponent's best line would be to Pact for Rex Sage and Rex Sage my Dryad. That's probably my opponent's best play. We may be able to beat that. But it's probably the hardest thing for us to beat. Summoner's Pact for Rex Sage. Okay. So now we're in a situation where we have to find... Now we're in a situation where we have to find a bounce land off the top. If we find a bounce land off the top, maybe we can win. And if we don't find a bounce land off the top, we are probably going to lose. Devastating. Actually, no. Oh no, we're 1 mana short. Oh my, yeah, I miscounted. Whoops. Yikes! I got too excited. No, I miscounted. Obviously, I only have 5 mana here. We're just dead to the Titans. Anyway. That's brutal, man. Like, we just whiffed on the land for so long. Holy crap. Just whiffed on the land for so long. Unreal. So I guess enough, even if my opponent didn't, like, that was definitely their best line, but even if they didn't do that, we would have lost anyway, because, like, we just couldn't find the land. I don't think there's anything we could have done. Yeah, brutal. All right, see you for the next round. All right, last round of this league. Started off strong, and then we hit some really bad variants in the last couple of rounds. Probably gonna keep this. Playing against another Lurrus deck. This seems fine. Grace allows me to protect my life total. If this is an aggro deck. There is a I could Pact for Dryad, which could be interesting. Watery Grave? Well, F me, I guess. I wonder if my Titans will ever not get Thoughtseized, you know? Those are the... Oh, I clicked on the wrong line. Whoops. Those are the things that keep me up at night, you know? Just not... I'm just like... deep. Sleeping very deep. And then... No! Titan off the top, please. No! Miss land drop! No! Brutal. It's a tough life. We got nothing here, Chad. We got nothing. So neither does my opponent. We're just two stupid idiots. Just two stupid idiots doing nothing with their mana. Two silly idiots doing nothing with their mana every single turn. Stupid Gracer, man. Silly Gracer. Primeval Titan. Off the top, Primeval Titan. So the good thing here is now we get to, if we draw a T-West, we're in fine shape too. Isadi, thank you for the sub. Tier 1 subscription, back for the second month. Really appreciate it. I don't really understand Chariot. Well, have you played against Blue-Red Prowess? If you played against Blue-Red Prowess, you would notice that they're playing Vapor Snag. Chariot is not very... Vapor Snag is not very good against Chariot. Also, having a 5-mana threat is good when you're trying to bridge towards a Primeval Titan. So there's also that. I'm about to lose my shit. I'm about to lose my shit, chat. Pretty close to losing it. In turn 1, Grixis is probably one of the best plays in Modern. What do you think is the best play right now on turn 1 in all of Modern? Turn 1 Monastery Swiftspear. Shit equals lost, chat. Shit equals lost. Yep. 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 Maybe I will switch. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Moto. God damn it. Well, 61 card special. Let's go. Has any opponent of mine ever not had it? There's no such thing as not having it, right? Bounce line, please give me a bounce line. God. Gotta be Sen, chat. We gotta be Sen. Hold. Gonna hold it together. Just gotta take it easy. Just gotta take it easy here. Perfect draw. If we find a bounce land, green bounce land. Oh, never mind. Wow. For a second there, I thought I was gonna get to, you know, play a card. My bad, chat. Getting punished for the 31 card special. I'm gonna play a Karn here because this can cast a Titan next turn. Just get away from my opponent to tap out. Just tap out for a Lurrus opponent. Like, what's the worst that could happen if you tap out for a Lurrus, right? What's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen if my opponent tapped out for Lurrus? How much do I want to wait? I can draw another Balance Land, or I can draw a Cavern of Souls. Likelihood of me drawing Cavern is not that much. The problem is I don't have enough lands to cast the second Titan, so I think I'm just gonna chill here. Like, my opponent has no threats to speak of, so I guess if they want to continue doing this thing, I'm fine. They're going to discard. Nice Scourge. Well, now they can't do anything in now, so. Sprite Dragon. Okay. Can we just chill here? We could cast a Titan, but like my opponent has shown me Disdainful Stroke and stuff. I wonder if they're gonna push this thing. Dismember? Okay. That's a real card. That's an answer to a Dryad. Seems aggro. Two, three, four, five. Plus bounce land. I guess next turn we can play our own mana leak. Which I guess seems fine. They still cannot cast a Scourge. Cavern of Souls one time. I guess even Valakut would be also nuts. Valakut would be a really good draw. Drown. First shot. First shot. Is this one good? Another Stateful Stroke. Is the Stateful Stroke a card these decks are playing now? I have not seen this Stateful Stroke in a really long time. Done 2, okay. It's a cool island. It's an old school island too. Well, YOLO time. Oh, that's so sick. Is that good? I think that may be good. So in response to this, I'm gonna pact again, because I can clear on Snapcaster this way. Oh, come on, opponent, really? That's the rest of their hand? Well, fuck me, I guess. If we go to 1, and we lose to any spell, because I know the last card in hand is Lurrus. Any spell kills me. This was such a disgusting match. This was an absolutely disgusting match. Luxac one time? Luxac one time? Can it be done? Luxac. Luxac. Garrison, Slayer's Stronghold. And I guess I should not play around this member. And I probably can't beat anything anyway. Trample for 2. Whew! They can't cast this member, no. I guess now we are on the draw, so I'm gonna side out a land. Disdainful Stroke. I have not seen a D-stroke in a really long time. I have not seen a D-stroke in a really, really long time. Well, it couldn't save them if I am playing around it, right? If I don't double strike the Titan, we can probably get caught. Entire match looking for this stupid card. Finally found it. Gonna take my Karn, take my Pact. What you want? Am I gonna Cavern Beast? I really wish we could find a bounce land here. If we found a bounce land here, we can just Cavern Beast and we can like develop our game plan without needing to shock. Because I really don't want to shock on turn 1. Like I'd rather. Whoa! That I did not expect. That I did not expect. Holy crap. Wow. That probably says Stripe Target. That's what I assumed, but apparently not. Even Starwind and I would have been great there. They would have been able to stop my Explorer. Ah? Are you sure about this? Well, I'm gonna play a card and I'm gonna go get a Golos. Well, I found a bounce land, so I guess... No, Golos is still great, actually. I think it's a Golem? What are you, Golos? God damn it. Scout. It's a Scout. There you go. Can you imagine my opponent has Force and I was just like leveled super hard? About to get Thoughtseize? Whatever. Like I just tightened them, right? Or I liquid metal coating them. Like we just have, they just have no good options. Like sure, like the Karn dies, and now what? Oh, well that's just better. This is like 2 Golos in 1. Like it's so good, right? Just so good. It's like 2 Golos in 1 in a single beautiful perfect package. How are you so great, Primetime? How are you so great? Question for you. If you're having some difficulty when I play AmuLIT, if I have 2 amulets in play, my bounce line is not untapping twice, 1 for each amount. Do you have any advice? What's wrong? You may be able to yield into triggers. And if you are like it's a bug, but like it's only happening to you. I made an entire video about that, so I recommend you check that out on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But I made a video specifically about how to play AmuLIT on MTGO. That's probably it. Yep. Awesome. Super surprised about... They thought seized my Gracer on turn 1. Why would they thought seize my Gracer? Like, I'm trying to piece together my opponent's hand, but like... They had Bolt Scourge? Yeah, but then they didn't bolt me. But they didn't bolt me. And that's why, like, Grixis with Scourge just doesn't work, right? You need a threat. Like, you need something that you can play onto the board and that can start attacking. So I'm assuming that, like, they were just, like, messing around and, like, testing a new list. But I'm very confused by that line. Because I guess they went for that, but then they didn't commit to that play. Because then turn 2 happened and they just passed. And they did nothing. So at that point, like, what's their plan, right? So if you are gonna thought seize my Grazer away because you want to kill me with Scourge, and you're planning to bolt face and deploy a Scourge, then you have to on turn 2 just bolt me after I pass. Like, you just have to. Like, what are you doing otherwise? So it feels like they made one decision with one plan in their head, and then they switched plans after doing that. So it of course just didn't work. It's crazy though. Anyway. That's gonna be it for that league though. We're gonna be playing in the prelim, so I'm definitely gonna be uploading the VOD of the prelim as well. So if you want to check that out, you can find it in the YouTube channel as well. And if you did enjoy this content, of course, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.